Hi, Patrick here from Have Cheetah Will View, and I'm here to talk about my Week 4 NFL football picks. Last week, I did not have a very good week at all. I went 8-7-1. Um, I got the Steeler game wrong, so I ended up having to eat cat food on the midnight hour, which I will provide a link to that video. If you go to the hour and a half mark, you will see me have to eat cat food because the Steelers lost to the Bengals. Isn't that entertaining? It was. It's actually very entertaining, and the Cheeto made an appearance too. I got the tie because I got my picks out a little late past the Thursday night game, so I couldn't, in all good conscience, sit there and claim the Carolina win when I already knew that they had already won. That wouldn't be right. But I would have picked them to win. So I just looked at it more as a tie. I mean, I didn't win, I didn't lose. That's the reason why it's 8-7-1. So my overall season mark is 27-20-1. So I'm a half game behind Justin, and probably maybe a game or two behind John. But we're gonna get back into the swing of things this week. Um, I am picking just. I'm not gonna be picking with my heart. Like as far as the Steelers go, I'm just gonna tell you right now if they're gonna win or lose. Much as I want them to win, they're not going to win. A lot of these games are just not going to win. Was I? The only thing I was really surprised last week was I was actually surprised that they actually scored their first points of the first half last week. Uh, yeah, they've only scored 7 points in the first three games in the first half. Okay, but let's start from the beginning. Let's go with Thursday night's game, Jacksonville at Cincinnati. So this is where the AFC North is going to start to get really interesting because Cleveland, Baltimore, and Cincinnati are going to start to pull away from the Steelers, um, as they should. That's what's going to happen. Uh, I'm going to pick Cincinnati to win this game. Um, I think that I think their defense is better than Jacksonville's offense. Um, they're gonna have to get a little bit more explosive though. They have a good quarterback. They're gonna have to be just a little bit more aggressive because they got a good solid team. They just gotta believe in it. Like I said, these are growing pains for the Bengals, um, and it's already showing off. I mean, they're gonna be 3-1 after Thursday's game. That's pretty damn good. That's good. So more power to them. Go Bengals. Okay, Sunday. The first game is Washington at Atlanta. Washington is easily the most disappointing team in this season, as far as I'm concerned. Going into this season, they were my pick as a dark horse pick for the Super Bowl. I really believe their defense would be really good, and it's actually been hot garbage. They got destroyed by Buffalo last week. And it wasn't even close by 22 points. They just got blew up for 43. That ain't all the offense's fault either. That's bad defense. Don't know what happened to that team. Don't know what happened to that so-called elite D. But um, Atlanta's at home. They got to win. So they're feeling a little bit good about themselves, but they don't have much of an offense. So this is a real toss-up. But I'm going to go with Washington one more week. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to go with them on the road to upset Atlanta and save their season. At least get their season back on track. All right. Next, Houston at Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo is looking awesome. I mean, blowing out Miami 35-0 to come back and destroy the Redskins. Um, and they're going to do the same thing with Houston. They're going to beat Houston. Houston's had a nice start of the year, but Buffalo's going to just handle business. Um, Detroit at Chicago. Wow, this is going to be an interesting game. Believe it or not, I know how our team's 0-3 interesting. Well, for Detroit, they're going to come back and play their hearts out after that heartbreaking loss against Baltimore. Who saw that 66-yard NFL record kick coming? I mean, Seriously, I mean, even in a dome, that's just an amazing feat. What a way to lose. I mean, if you're a team, that either just makes you pissed or has broke your spirit. Um, for the Lions, I think they're going to go ahead and play hard. I think they're going to beat Chicago. I don't think Chicago has an offense worth talking about. I think they're going to go on the road and they're going to beat Chicago. They're going to beat Chicago. So I'm going to go with the Lions. Carolina at Dallas. Wow, this could be a good game right here. Um, Real good game. Carolina behind Sam Darnold. Dallas is sort of looks to be healthy and a lot better than than they were last year. Wow. I like Dallas just a little bit better. I like Dallas by a field goal here. I do think they're going to they have just a slightly bit more weapons than Carolina. Not that Carolina doesn't have any, but this is going to be a bit of a shootout. Whoever has the ball last was going to win. Indianapolis at Miami. Um, wow. Okay, that's an both these teams are not that good, but this is just going to be one of those games where you're going to have to work real hard, to keep the ball away from the other team. Both are going to be really desperate. Of course, I keep saying that word, but that's really what it is with the NFL. I mean, you're only looking at a fourth week, but quite honestly, you got to start winning. If you're like 0-3 or a 1-2 and you're behind, like like Miami is 1-2, um, you know, Indianapolis is 0-3. They're already 2 games behind Tennessee. So you are yeah, you have to get fired up here. Uh, I'm actually gonna go with for this game. I'm actually gonna go with Indianapolis. I think they're gonna snap their winless streak. Carson Wentz is not that bad of a quarterback. I think they've lost a couple of heartbreakers. Um, but I think they're due. So I'm gonna go with the Colts. Cleveland at Minnesota. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's another case. Minnesota actually, I believe they won last week, so they're 1-2. So they're feeling a little bit good about themselves. Um, but I don't think they're going to match up against Cleveland. I think Cleveland's just going to get better and better every week. So I'm going to take the Browns to beat Minnesota at Minnesota. The Giants at New Orleans. New Orleans will take care of the Giants. Um, Tennessee at the New York Jets. I don't think there's going to be a single game that's out there that I'm going to be picking the Jets. I think they're easily the worst team in the league. So I'm taking Tennessee. Kansas City at Philadelphia. Wow, what's happening to Kansas City? They're really having trouble turning the ball over. Not playing. Not doesn't seem to be in sync. I know Andy Reid had to go to the hospital. That's a little bit of a team in disarray right now. But even in disarray, I think they're better than the Eagles. I think they'll go in there and pound the Eagles. All right. Okay, one of the games of the week, of course, we have the 3-0 Rams and the 3-0 Arizona Cardinals. Wow, that's gonna be a really strong game. I really am excited to see this one. Kyler Murray versus Statty Stafford. Um, could be some good fireworks there. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Rams at home. I'm gonna take the Rams at home to hold off Arizona. That's only because they're home. If it's Arizona at Arizona, I would be picking Arizona. All right, Seattle at San Francisco. Um, San Francisco coming in at 2-1. Seattle's coming in at 1-2. Lost two in a row. They had that after they had that heartbreaking loss against Tennessee. They got beat down by Derrick Henry in that run game, and then they suffered another loss last week. So doesn't get easier for Seattle. Um, though, you know, San Francisco lost to Green Bay. But more about them in a minute. Um, I'm going to take San Francisco at home against Seattle. I think Seattle. I still think there's a little bit of a fog against that game against Tennessee. Had that lead and lost it the way they did. So, yep. All right, Baltimore at Denver. Oh my gosh. I wonder if there'll be some smack talking on the Super Slash Bros this week. As Horrific Nightmares JM Jason will be going against Brad's Denver Broncos. Um, as much as I like Baltimore, and that kick was amazing to beat the Detroit Lions. Um, Denver is for real. Denver is for real. This is not they have a really soft schedule. No, they have beaten the teams they're supposed to beat. That's what you're supposed to do. When you're a good team, you beat those teams. You don't go in there and lay an egg on one and then no. Denver's for real. Teddy Bridgewater is doing excellent as a game manager. Denver's defense is ferocious. Um, I though they are starting to pick up some injuries though, but I still think they have enough for they still have enough for Baltimore, to beat Baltimore. Baltimore just could not take advantage of the Lions defense. The Lions defense played horrible, and for some reason Lamar Jackson and that passing offense cannot exploit that. That's a concern. That is a big concern. Baltimore should have blown out the Lions. That game should have never been as close as it was. Um, uh, so it tells me they have problems still with the passing attack. So so I think Denver will have more than enough to handle Baltimore at home. Pittsburgh at Green Bay. So Green Bay has decided that, yeah, it decided they're going to play this year. So they came in, they beat the 49ers last week after pounding the Lions, and they're only going to get better. They're going to seize control of their division by beating the Steelers. The Steelers have absolutely zero run game. They have no offense at all. A terrible offense. The new coordinator is a joke. They should have fired his ass, and they should have fired Tomlin for recommending him. Um, but they didn't. They haven't. They won't. So the Steelers they're going to be 1-3 after this game. There'll be 2 games out of the lead. Might as well just tank it and go for a high draft choice. Yeah, maybe go after a couple more offensive linemen, maybe another tailback. Um, so yeah, I think Green Bay will win, and they'll win convincingly. All right, the game of the week, obviously, the game of the week is Tampa Bay at New England. Maybe Tampa Bay got caught looking ahead to New England. They got wiped out last week. They got wiped out. And of course, the big story was all the press conference that Bill Belichick holds. I'm telling you, I love Bill Belichick. I love the way he handles the press. Um, the sports writers, honestly, I like them. I mean, I know some, but some of these sports writers are absolutely clueless. They have zero idea how to do an interview. Um, they ask the most inane, asinine, clueless questions of players and coaches. Um, it's just like it's also they have a list of questions they're supposed to ask, and they ask them instead of being like innovative and thinking on their own. So the post game interview with Bill Belichick was much better than the game itself against New Orleans. Um, but they're going to Tampa. They're going to New England. Tom Brady's going to go back to his home ground to see Bill and the boys. New England is better. Obviously, is better. I think they found out that they're still not quite back to where they need to be. So, and now they're playing the defending Super Bowl champs. I do think Tampa Bay will go in there and beat the Patriots. Sorry, Joe, just calling it as I see it, buddy. All right, next up, and for again, Las Vegas on Monday Night Football. Holy cow. Looks like Davis must have paid ESPN coin. This is the second time already that they're on Monday Night Football. It's only week 4. So the Raiders are 3-0. They're 3-0. They're playing the Chargers, who are 2-1. This is going to be a big game for both teams. And actually for Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City's 1-2. Imagine them being 1-3 and the Raiders win this game and go up and Broncos win, and they both go up 4-1, and the Chargers win the Chargers will lost, but being behind two 4-0 teams, that's a huge mountain to climb. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this game. I think they have a better defense. They have a better running game than the Raiders. Much as I like the Raiders, and I'm happy for Project Ellsworth, but I do think your luck runs out this week, and I do think the Chargers are going to come up there and get you. It's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be a dogfight, that's for sure. So anyway, those are my picks. Let me know what you think, and yeah, join us Friday for on Project Ellsworth channel. I'll leave the description in the box below. We're going to be talking a little football this Friday night. We'll be doing a live stream on John's channel, Project Cheetah Daddy, week 2, and we'll even talk a little college ball too. San Jose State, a little San Jose State, maybe a little bit of Texas, Rutgers, maybe. We'll see what we can come up with. All right, that's it. Leave a comment down below. Tell me your favorite football team. What's your favorite football team? I already know that Hobbs likes the Bengals. Jason likes the Ravens. Brad likes the Broncos. I know that Joe the Horror Man is a big Patriots fan. But what about you guys? What's your favorite football team? Sean's an Eagles fan. I don't know why he's an Eagles fan. I really don't. I don't know why he's not a Steelers fan. Sean Blue Digital. What's up with that? Anyway, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you want to, hit the subscribe button. Love to hear from you. And we'll talk to you soon. Until the next one. Peace.